Oh, there are flames out of the exhaust. Whew, that's very close to the 992.2 Nut Cup GT3. And here we have 922 cock from Greece. Yeah. Anyway, jokes aside, RX-8.
Yeah.
Fantastic car. I mean, we already done a few on the channel. I think 2 stock ones or something. Most recently, 11,500 RPM one, which many of you enjoyed. And this car has a bit less RPMs. I think it was 10,000 or so red line-ish.
Yeah, it was around 9. Actually,
Yeah.
9 plus. It's a bit sporty, but slightly. It's
Yeah. So still lots of RPM. Big fireballs from the exhaust on upshifts, and lots and lots and lots and lots of supporting mods, which is extremely important on the track. So I would say that this is probably like the most track-oriented RX-8 to date that we have featured on the channel. And the story behind it is actually also quite interesting. We are, as you can see, at track speed, my dear friends, partners in Nürburgring Crime for taxi labs, rentals, you name it. There's my baby over there. Next year maybe this, but probably this with more aero. We still don't know. We're a bit like dogs chasing squirrels. Squirrels? So, but to get not squirrel sidetracked, Labras, tell us more about the car.
Yeah. Actually, this is one of the many dead RX-8s around the world.
Dead?
Dead. We got it actually with an engine problem, like all of those cars. Luckily for us, the engine hadn't died. It just needed some love. And then the guys in Greece dropped the idea, like, why don't we bring it to Nürburgring, do a few laps? I looked at the car, I looked at the guys, and then somewhere in between, probably you felt it also, I said, okay, when I was 20, I had this dream, like driving a cool car all the way across Europe to the Nürburgring, do a few laps. Then I emailed a couple of our partners. They threw all the parts available for the chassis and engine, support mods, chrome pinion, rear diff, tires, wheels, everything. And guys back in Greece, they put it together in 3 weeks, which is a miracle. And they made the trip through Italy.
Wow.
And they are here.
Nice. So basically you're doing the same, or you have done the same, what I have more or less have done for Gio.
Yeah.
Who was about to become Metaxa alcoholic, and
Yes.
now he came to the Nürburgring. The only difference is he didn't drive the E36.
Yet.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm not even speaking about on the track, because that's even worse, but because he had his E36 shipped here by a truck driver, so this was a bit of cheating. So maybe for in the winter, maybe he will drive it there. So maybe we can do something in the winter, like in Ceres or something.
Yeah,
we'll see.
100%.
But yeah, Gio's car definitely needs to be finished. So yeah, no, this is super cool that you are enabling dreams of a young generation, and especially with such a cool car.
Yeah.
So
it's really something that we didn't have the opportunity, you know, as young guys. I think you come from the same place, like a lot of effort and time spent, and yeah, we are where we are, and I think we need to leave some legacy behind, and some people live their dreams through our businesses. So yeah,
and this is cool.
So I always wanted an RX-8. The chassis is fantastic, double wishbone, front, rear, light engine. So on the paper, the ingredients are perfect.
Yeah, until they kind of downgraded the engine over the RX-7, so this was the biggest complaint.
Yeah.
Of course, because you do not have the turbo, kinda, and you're missing a bit of extra power. So, but in terms of like styling, for me, it's like one of the most prettiest cars. I think it was the hero car for Underground 2, Need for Speed.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, cover car was a Nissan 350Z. But I think this was also one of the hero cars, and especially look at this, look at that, like the way to enter the car, super easy, fantastic, super nice. I also remember watching the Top Gear episode when they drove like that. I think it was a white one. In any case, let's quickly speak about the mods, what you've done to the car.
Yeah, actually the car features, in terms of engine...
Can we look at it, if it's worth
course.
looking at it?
It's actually stock, it's not much to look at.
You can do it.
It was fully rebuilt. slightly bridge ported, so it's around 200 real horsepower.
You can see the traces of the
Yes.
Greek road trip.
Yep,
So all kinds of salty roads and whatever not.
And some pressure that you put in the lap actually.
Yeah, that too.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. So the engine is just a bit more live, a bit more powerful than the stock one.
So what's the powers you run roughly?
200 on the wheels.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's decent.
And stock was like what? I think it was like 200 crank if they were saying 200. They were saying 200 crank.
We needed to be reliable for the use we're gonna do, so we didn't go wild on this. The important mod that really helped was the rear diff.
Okay.
And the chrome pinion, because the 5-speed gearbox is it's really wide. The gears between them.
Yeah, it's quite a big difference when you shift from third to fourth. It's quite a big drop.
Yeah.
I think you can put different gearing.
Especially with the 18s, we did it for the trip because the guys were gonna do a lot of kilometers. If you run smaller diameter wheels, then it gets even more, more spirited.
This is interesting. So we have CRS tires. We can look through there. Lots of important mods. We should have put this car on the lift, maybe actually. But we have here, like, we can see brake cooling. If the camera decides to focus on it, there's a brake cooling. There's a big hard race upper wishbone over there.
So basically, the car features the whole hard race catalog.
Nice. It's kind of like my Civic when I install all the hard race parts on it eventually. But yeah.
So this gives a lot of adjustability, especially on the rear axle. That is really where all the stability comes from. It runs negative 3.5 in the front and 3 in the rear.
Yeah.
The cage also gave a bit of extra feeling.
It's AST, right?
Yeah, it's AST. Nice. And of course, some weight was removed, and the seats give you much better info of what the car is doing. And the whole actually aim of this project was the guys to have some fun while building it, the driving here, but at the same time. The car should be able to carry enough speed through the corners, and to make the whole driving experience like it was back in 2000 in the 90s. Less power, more focus on the details like braking, turning,
heel and toe.
Yep, all this kind of stuff.
I must say the car was pretty much perfect. I mean, I actually done 2 laps, and then on the first lap in the first corner, my speedometer camera GTFO'd. So I'm going to include still that lap because it was legit the first impressions. And the second lap, like 2 days later, you can see I'm actually shaven and stuff compared to the first lap. I decided, to include the speedometer camera, but actually not talk as much. I also had slightly different seating position. The shocks were also changed, not the shocks, but their settings. So it was stiffer. It was very good. But overall, what I want to say, for me, this was in terms of handling and the setup, the perfect car. If I would have to change something, maybe like 20 or 30 horsepower more, that would be like lovely. Or you reduce the weight, or both. And for high-speed sections like Schwedenkreuz in particular, and a bit of Mutkurve, a tiny wing just to stabilize the rear slightly. And for the rest, it's fantastic, phenomenal car. And I thought on the first day that the marshals made a mistake, that they forgot to ban me. But today, the second day, they also didn't ban me. So the car passes the noise test.
Which is impressive.
It's impressive, but all the noise is actually inside because of the removed interior. So everything gets amplified. It's like a GT4 RS. When you're inside, you want to kill yourself because your ears are bleeding. That's how loud the car is. But on the outside, it's like totally okay, kind of. So this is basically budget GT4 RS. Yeah. And in terms of revs, you're having... Yeah, I mean, almost the same. If not more, yeah. No, very, very cool. Anything else to mention? Because I want to go back to my wife and kid.
Nothing. If you liked it and it's Misha approved, then... Definitely. We love it also.
Absolutely. So what's the plan next? Because I heard the car is driving back to Greece now.
Going back to Greece. It's going to get full cage and 80 liters of fuel cell. So we plan to run some endurance with it.
Nice.
Maybe some Vulcan Aero.
Yeah.
if possible.
Yeah, I think we are making over winter, like, wouldn't call budget applications, but
Yeah.
something like more
Yeah.
accessible for everyone, like universal-ish kind of things. And I think that would be very nice for this car.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it's the same that we'll be putting like on the Civic, on the E36, on the 190 of Lapo, something like for these kind of cars, something that just simply works.
Yep.
So yeah, from the same guys that brought you the massive DRS wings and what else.
Yep.
All right, well, I'm looking forward to seeing this car back.
Yep, maybe in series in the winter.
Yeah, maybe, who knows. So thank you once again
Thank you,
for the
mate.
opportunity.
Thank you.
Really enjoyed it, and thank you what you're doing for the youth of Greece / Nürburgring. And you guys enjoy the lap. Welcome aboard. Misha, why are you wearing a helmet? It doesn't have a cage. And you don't have a Hans. Well, no Hans because TF, it's not allowed. And why a helmet? Because right here is something very sharp. So I don't like that. Right, RX-8. Kind of curious. Let's see what the red line is. Somewhere around 9. Nice. And that annoying beep that we need to upshift. Yeah, right. Very much looking forward to driving this because, of course, I hope you can hear me. Of course, cars built by Track Speeds, my rental partner and a taxi partner, they know what they're doing. And it feels really quite good. The brakes feel good, the handling. This will be something I would want to take out for more laps, but today I'm a bit busy. And it feels very nice. GT4 is behind us. No! I guess we're doing another lap. Because you want to see the... Man, why didn't I freaking duct tape the GoPro? Now I'm pissed about myself. Maybe we can extract the speedometer from that camera, because we have one extra one from Track Speed themselves. Alright. Woohoo! That's a long drop from 3 to 4. I hope the car is not too loud and we don't get banned for a second lap. And if we are, well, so be it. But man, the GoPro situation really upsets me. Because I checked it, it was tight, and one time I don't apply duct tape and we get this. Oh well, you just have to... Quite light, 190 over Schwedenkreuz, nothing too exceptional, but for car I guess it was. Oh. Drizzles. We are on CRS. So of course the tire can handle some wetness, but I don't want to try out. What's that wing? Still annoyed with the GoPro. Man. That one time you think everything is fine and then it's not fine. But I guess we're producing too many G-forces. there's the yellow flag. Do you really gonna go for it? Man, I wish I could grab the GoPro. There is flame spitting at every upshift. Love it. Again, I hope you could see something from the speedometer. Then we just use it as is, because that was quite epic. Oh, we have a new sign. showing where to go, what to do. Let's see if we got banned for the noise. I wouldn't be surprised if we are. Well, love the car. Let's see if we're gonna do one more lap. I think the only thing is suspension is a bit on the soft side still, but it's not horrible. It's quite good actually. It's actually even manageable. And everything else is fantastic. Really loved it. I wonder what kind of mods are gonna come onto this car next. Alright, take two. Let's not forget this, put it here because right, I duct taped the speedometer cam. I'm not gonna talk as much as in the first lap because the first lap was the real first impressions. Now you're just gonna get to see the revs and stuff. So it should be fun. Maybe they tuned the suspension as well. Maybe they gave it a bit of few harder clicks. So let's have a look. Unfortunately, it's a new speedometer, so it keeps on beeping, thinking that you're too high in the revs. And there's no such thing. Supercars, a bit of a fireball. Ah, the window is open. That's better. Bad. I'm a bit too close to the steering wheel, honestly. Too far away, sorry. Go a bit closer. I don't know if it's gonna affect my heel and toe too much. Very nice. I'm pretty certain suspension has been set on harder because it does not have that much body roll anymore. The seat seemed to be fixed as well because it used to move a lot, and also the very dangerous thing have been removed. But I'm still wearing a helmet because the roof is solid. Yeah. So yeah, loved it. Really loved it. Everything is fabulous. I'd say literally the only thing it misses now is a small wing on the back, just to give you a bit of more confidence through the high-speed corners like Nürburgring and Charoudin, because everything else brakes is enough. Power, tiny bit little. I would ideally want, I don't know, like 30 horsepower more maybe. But everything else is really, really nice. So, whew. Aircon would be nice too, maybe. Loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. So yeah, should we do a little parade lap? We didn't do it often, but might as well for once.